from the 313. Throw your motherfucking hands up and follow me. This is for my homies. Mike, I'm sad that you didn't get your invite to Worlds. So it's about 2 weeks since I came back from the New York Regional, where I had a lot of fun. I went with a group of guys that we met in Philly, and we had a few playtesting rounds with them. So shout out to Mike McCutcheon, who actually got top 8 with Orange Krillin, and Rob Hessinger, who made a showing with Orange Garlic. He's kind of... Now, I think the deck is actually pretty strong. It's a triple victory deck the way that we played it. Well, the way that he played it. And, you know, I didn't believe him that it was a good deck when he first threw it down on the table the night before or the week before New York Regional. So, but he was actually doing really well with it. You know, it beat surprisingly well, even though, you know, it was trying to anger and ball victory all at the same time. And with Garlic, you can do that. You slow down the game long enough that you can do that. But I think if he had a little bit more experience with Garlic, he did end up going 3-4. And then wanting to play in some Winnaboxes with me, he ended up dropping to play in the last Winnabox with me. But his brother Keith did fairly well with Blue Ginyu, ended up 5-3, and I bet you're all wondering, how did I do? How did I do in the New York Regional? Well, I went 1-3 drop with Red Turles, and I play, and I usually don't get salty, but I was pretty salty after these few matches that I had. Round 1, I faced Blue Ginyu, so I was Red Turles, and I was going anti-meta, not anti-meta just to try to be against the meta or try to like go away from the meta, but I was trying to be anti-meta in that I knew Red Turles had a good matchup against Black Krillin. I could just enter on them very quickly and do lots of damage and end up, you know, making the gap between him and myself so large in the early stages of the game that he couldn't recover. It's really hard unless you get a strong board setup with Black Krillin early game, you know, passing the first few turns. It's really hard for Krillin to gain control. And I also had a really good matchup against Ginyu. As my first matchup, you know, I play tested a lot. You guys saw the matches online against Blue Ginyu. I slaughtered Ryan in the first match that we put online, mainly because he made a mistake and not realizing that relaxation would actually kill his ally when entering combat. Relaxation is the best card that Red got in set 3. It is the reason that Red is so strong right now. It's pretty much a staple card in every single Red deck. Beat down, control, doesn't matter what you're doing. You can do sick things with relaxation because it's when entering combat. You can steal your opponent's ball 7 and choose your hand if they enter on you. Just really nasty things you can do with relaxation. And it's the only setup, really. I played that and Visiting the Past in my Red Turles deck. The rest was just straight aggro beats, but my downfall, I played Blue Ginyu first round, and I ended up beating him very strongly, just like I knew the matchup. I managed to get 2 energy blasts against him, removing his allies, and then after that happens, after you actually remove Ginyu's allies from the game, it's pretty easy to stage lock him. It's pretty easy to, you know, run away with the rest of the game. But that was my only win. I lost the next 3 rounds in a row. The second match that I lost, I faced Black Krillin. I felt confident going into the match. I go first. I enter on him first turn with a 3-card hand, and he has Time as Warrior's Tool. So that's fine, you know, that's fine and dandy. He goes, we pass. I enter on him, I do an attack. I think it hits him to 0, and he follows with a defensive burst that hits me and that locks me out of physical attacks. So for the rest of the game, then he defensive burst me again in another combat. He visiting for time, and that's when I kind of realized the big flaw of Red Turles. It's not that he doesn't have actions on his powers. That's not the problem with Red Turles. It's I can do plenty of attacks. You know, double strike, heel kick, left bolt, tandem attack draws me a card quite often against Black. I just the downfall of Red Turles is that it can burst you, and if it gets those early hits in, it will win. It will win the game. However, if it's disrupted with Black power-ups, blinding energy moves, time recycling over and over again, I made a big mistake in my deck, and I wasn't running any hard discard pile removal. I ran Red Vaulted Kick, which had hit, you know, you banish cards from your opponent's discard pile, but that card doesn't matter when your opponent is cycling Time as a Warrior's Tool on you. So I lost that match. My next 2 matches, I got to face a blue Godku, which is definitely not a favorable matchup for red Turles. Not only can I not level, which I don't really try to level too much. I don't bank on leveling. I mostly level via red escape, which is a spectacular card for Turles because you escape, cycle a card in your hand, get a better hand, and then you jump up to 2, which gives you essentially 3 or 4 anger as long as you time it correctly. When you're on your 1, you should be stage locking them with your level 1 power, so jumping to your 2 means that you can easily hit that for, the 3 or 4 anger that it should give you. Blue Godku is a card up on you every combat. He has a free block because he's blue, so he's always stopping two of my attacks every combat. So to break through that, it was really difficult. I got a few shots in. I think he used maybe 3 or 4 face crunches on me to gain 3 stages. He kept going to full. I couldn't really stop him. My third loss was against Orange Goku, which I did add a red lightning slash. I had red observation in my deck, and I did add a red lightning slash in my deck at the last minute, but I was only playing 1 copy, which was, in hindsight, was a mistake. I probably should have maxed out at 3 copies of red lightning slash for the orange matchup, and just to help against allies, because why not? But I was recycling lightning slash on this guy. I did it maybe 3 times. That single lightning slash, I did it to him about 3 times, but he stopped it every time. I couldn't hit it, and I went first against him also, ended on him first turn. He drew into a Kaioken, so it was a good matchup. I mean, it was a good first combat for him because he just ended up taking all my damage. Passing, take maybe 10, 15 cards of damage. Kaioken up, take 3 more. Then he got 2 drills because I'm pretty sure he orange launchered me as well. So he got 2 drills after the first combat, taking a little bit of damage, didn't really care about it, dropping more drills, getting up to 3, and then once he got his full board set up with the blocking drills, the burning aura drill, it was just really difficult. Like I said, I tried to lightning slash him, but I couldn't get it off. Over the course of 4 games with red Turles in that New York regional, I had Time as a Warrior's Tool used against me 6 times, total 6 times. So I was very upset by this. And I knew that it was the flaw of the deck. I knew that, if I was being disrupted, if I was being slowed down significantly by my opponent, I was going to lose the game. I'm red. I'm drawing tons of cards from my life deck, from my Mastery, from Escape, from Left Bolt. I'm just drawing, and I don't have that much endurance. I don't have that many blocks. It's a glass cannon beat deck. So if I have to sit there and do nothing, chances are I'm going to lose. So, of course, feeling angry as I was, I told myself if I lost 3 in a row, I was going to drop. There was no, if I liked the deck, if I enjoyed playing the deck that I was playing, I would have kept playing despite my record of 1 and 3. Like if I was playing my Black Trunks or if I was playing Red Garlic. I love both of those decks. I love playing them. But I hadn't put that much time into the red Turles. I'd only played about maybe 15 games before the regional with that deck, so I didn't have the time, I didn't have the experience, the build wasn't polished to the point that it should have been, and I made some last minute choices that were questionable. I ended up dropping some of my endurance that I had in the deck, and it ended up really hurting me. So I've very little experience with Richie Williams. I've emailed him a few times about ruling questions. I assume he was a part of the old score crew because most of the score player, the people from score were brought back for, a lot of the people from score were brought back for, to support the Panini game. So, but I didn't really have much interaction with him in the old game. I think I might have met him once. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you that despite my saltiness, he really impressed me with just handling me when I walked up to him, because I didn't walk up to the table and report my loss. No, not Didier Greenleaf. No. I walk up to the table and I just immediately blurt out, in my booming voice, I say, "Someone tell me why Time as a Warrior's Tool is not removed from the game after use." And Richie, without even missing a beat, he stands up, which, towering over me, stands up, and he gives me the best answer off the top of his head, he must have been asked this question a million times, but he gave me the best answer off the top of his head I've ever heard, and he actually turned me on the card. So I did make that video, you know, too much time in our hands, you know, saying that Time's a Warriors tool was overpowered. But, you know, I was turned, and he gave me some really good answers. He basically said that he likes Time is a Warriors tool because, well, one, it elongates the game, and anything that slows down the game he likes. He doesn't want the game to be over so quickly, and since both players have it, equal chance to draw it, it's Time. Time is a Warriors tool. Two, he likes combo decks, and he feels like Dragon Ball Z is a combo game. It's a fighting game. You know, you perform combos on your opponents, just like you perform combos in a regular fighting game. And Time is a Warriors tool not being removed from the game after use makes it so this is a very combo game. You want to know the position of your discard pile. You want to use cards to manipulate your discard pile, to draw that back into your hand, to put that card back into your life deck and use later. And the third and best reason, and the reason that you know, that crushed me in that tournament, the reason I lost so hard in that tournament is because everyone must play hard discard pile removal, and he said this. You must, and that's one of the main reasons why Time is a Warriors tool is not removed from the game after use, because there has to be a reason, a strong, relevant reason that everyone needs to play banishing banished cards from the discard pile. And you have to banish Time as a Warriors tool. Once that hits the field, once that hits the discard pile, you don't want to see it again. You don't want them to use that 2 or 3 times in a game. So much respect for Richie, you know, not only being, you know, respectable, not missing a beat with my aggressive question, and, you know, of course, after he said that answer, I knew I was defeated, both by the players that had just beat me and by Richie, so I just dropped from the tournament. I played in 4 Winnaboxes, actually, and I played 2 Winnaboxes with Black Trunks and 2 Winnaboxes with Red Garlic. And the Black Trunks, it had been a while since I played the deck. I did pretty well. I got to round 2 in the 1 Winnabox, and I got knocked out round 1 in the first one. So it was alright, but I had some really good matches, hit some flying knees, played a lot of Black Krillin. So in the first Winnabox I actually played with Red Garlic, I won that Winnabox. I felt like I redeemed myself because, you know, after doing so terrible in the tournament, I wanted to at least walk away with something. So I did win a box, yay to me. I actually faced off against Jess Brennick, the new member of Dragon Ball Radio, in the final round. She was playing Red Piccolo. Dressed as Videl, I was kind of worried. I thought she was going to kind of beat me up a little bit, but it turns out that, you know, she's a great person, a great player to play against, and I really had a great time playing against her. I'm glad I got to meet her at the tournament. And I played another Winnabox with Red Garlic, and I got to the second round, the semifinals, if you will, and I played against my friend, Rob, Orange Garlic, so a Garlic Jr. versus Garlic Jr. mirror match, not mirror match because he was orange, but it was the most ridiculous game I have ever played, where we actually ended up passing ball 3 and ball 2 back and forth between each other a total of 9 times. 9 times. This game, there was no time limit on the Winnabox matches, so this game must have lasted 55 minutes. We were both, I mean, it was Garlic versus Garlic. We were both down to like 10 cards. I don't think we really did attacks to each other in that game, but he ended up pulling out the win. I think he ended up winning by survival victory, not by anger or by Dragon Ball, but yes, survival victory. Great match, glad. So I've actually only played Red Garlic in 3 tournaments, 1 local and 2 Winnaboxes, and I've won 2 out of 3 of those tournaments. So guys, Red Garlic, it's freaking awesome. I play actually a control variant. I don't play shoulder grab. I don't play double strike. I play blocks, setups, and just anger control cards, you know, and just make the opponent do 0 damage to me while I am PPV. Or Dragon Ball victory. So takeaways from the regional, from the tournament. Red Turles, is it good? Yes. Does it need some more support before it will see, you know, really a strong following? I think, like, you know, everyone talks about Black Turles, they talk about Red Turles, they talk about Blue Turles. If I had to order them in order of power, I would say Blue Turles is probably the strongest right now. Black and Red are very close. I think black is a little better than red right now, but I think red has more potential, and we will see red Turles make a comeback in later sets when it gets just a little bit more support, locking the opponent with out of, whatever it is, just locking the opponent down in combat with attacks. I actually met one of the people I've been talking online for the first time at New York Regional, Josh Duquette. He was running Red Turles with me. We thought we were going to just take the tournament by storm with Red Turles. And he ended up doing better than me, not much better. He went 2-3 drop versus my 1-3 drop, I think. But he actually dropped for a reason. He had to, handle some family issues. But, if you compare, he did do better. He still had a better record, and I think overall he would have done better. And if you compare our deck builds, which basically he played a little bit more defense and more tech control cards like Sagacious Strike and Pulverize, where I didn't play those and I went straight damage with all this style, because obviously, non-style attacks don't trigger his level 1. So I figured, hey, don't play non-style attacks. But so you can see that Turles, that is his weak point right now. There needs to be some more control on the red cards before he can really take off in that style. Team Eevee had a great showing. Mike, like I said, got top 8. And what the fuck's Team Eevee about? Team Eevee is about individualism. It is about one Pokemon evolving into 9, 10 billion different evolutions. And then each evolution, it represents a different part of you, a different side of you. So, and what's Team Eevee about? Team Eevee is about companionship. It's about coming together and making this game great together. And so I got my freaking Jenga hat. I'm gonna decorate this guy. I'm gonna be wearing this at every regional event. Got my Pokemon pin there. I don't know what else I'm gonna throw on this hat, but there's gonna be a lot of shit on here. But a lot of fans came up to me at this event, talking to me about my videos, asking me to come out with more card of the weeks, more videos, more content, more matches, more everything. And I can't wait. I wanna do all this stuff, and I'm going to. You're gonna see a ton more content. And actually, funny story, one of the guys actually came up to me, he's like, hey, where's your brother? Where's your brother? And I was like, my brother didn't come. He doesn't really play this game that much. And then I realized, I was like, well, do you mean Ryan? Do you mean the guy that I do videos with? And he's like, yeah, Ryan. I'm like, oh, we're not brothers. We just hate each other. We just hate each other like brothers. We're fighting right now, Ryan. You may not know this, but we're feuding right now. But I love him unconditionally, like a brother would. So they just announced Toronto Regional, and Illinois is coming up. I'm juggling between the two. I want to go to both. My wife's in the other room, so I can't talk about this too loud. I want to go to both guys, but we'll see. I think I'm gonna actually decide to judge Toronto, because I really want to judge. I really want to make the environment better for everyone and just create a positive environment for everyone. That's my goal with both these videos and me playing this game. So I think I can do that best by judging. So I think I'm gonna judge Toronto Regional. And overall, guys, look forward to a ton more content. I'm gonna be trying my best. And I promise you, if you see a lull in videos, if I don't come out with the videos for that long, don't fret, because I will start. I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not gonna leave you dry. I'm not gonna stop playing this game. I love this game. I've been playing it for 15 years. I'm gonna keep making videos. You guys subscribe to the channel, like this video. Love all around, peace and love. Word to your mother. Peace out.